Hey everybody, today is Friday, April 19th. We've got the TRS fishing report for you. Hopefully everybody's going to have a chance to get out this weekend. It is going to be a beautiful weekend to be fishing with the weather warming up. To get started here, we'll talk about Lake Erie. Now, Gary from Blue Dolphin Charters reports that the fishing has been a little slow lately. The windy, rainy, cold weather is not helping anything. Guys that have been having success actually are fishing closer to the Canadian lines. They're relating to places like islands, underwater structures, anywhere where those transition points are holding fish. They're finding them on their electronics and trolling stick baits, reef runners, bandits at about 1.3 to 1.8 miles an hour. Due to the kind of wavering fishing patterns, no color has really been selected as better than others, so it's good to keep things consistent. Have your board at about 30 to 100 feet back depending on the water depth, and you should have success if you can find kind of those more consistent conditions out there where the fish are related to. As far as the walleye fishing run, things have been excellent lately, reports Captain Jerry from Anglers Guide Service. Guys fishing in Green Bay and De Pere out on the river have been having their most success during the day using a jigging plastic or jigging minnow. No color pattern has really been solidified there. It's good to kind of stick with your natural colors, and if that's not working, depending on water clarity and conditions, you can switch to something a little bit more vibrant. Both paddle tails and curl tails seem to be working well. As far as fishing at night in those types of places, you're going to want to be throwing crankbaits. Look towards the shallows as those fish kind of move in from the day. Also, another note is to keep an eye on the water temperature. Where you find those warmer pockets of water, you're probably going to find more fish, and that should only get better as the weekend goes on here and we get some warmer temperatures. Same kind of program for river systems like the Menominee and Peshtigo. You're going to be using live bait as well as jigs and plastics, jigging those in the river. If you're going to switch over to kind of a main water basin, you're going to want to try something a little bit more aggressive where you can cover some more ground. Look to baits like blade baits, rip and wraps. Customs have been working great in the gold and purple patterns. Again, same program. Look for those warmer pockets of water. Keep an eye on your locator and make sure that you're fishing in those consistent conditions that the walleyes typically like to hang out in this time of year. So if you're seeing water temperatures, above 40 degrees, that's a good place to start and kind of go from there. Use your graphs. Don't be afraid to get away from the crowds either. You don't know where those warm pockets of water are going to be. So as far as the brown and trout fishing in Sheboygan, Russell from TRS Sheboygan reports that things are starting to head in the right direction as the weather gets nicer. The winds are starting to die down. The water's getting a little bit warmer. If you're fishing from shore, casting spoons, glow green, copper, gold, orange, they've all been really good colors offshore. Same color pattern transitions over for boaters too, trolling in that 5 to 15 feet of water. Michigan Stinger spoons and the gold and copper colors have been the most productive so far. So the river fishing in Sheboygan, on the Sheboygan River and the Pigeon River for steels is starting to slow down a bit. That's due to kind of the fast and high waters that's making it hard to locate the fish. There's still fish in the system, but it's just not as consistent as it used to be. If you are going to head out on the Sheboygan or Pigeon River, the Mr. Dirk speeds with a blood run hook and a float seem to be your best program right now. The report from Ontario from Casey from Dirty Goose Sportfishing says that it's been pretty good fishing lately. So if you're going to go out there, you got a good chance at catching a bunch of browns and an occasional king here and there. He reports that bay rats in the 5 to 10 feet of water have had the most success. Other guys are using Michigan Stinger spoons again on riggers, boards, divers, and the same kind of color patterns. You're looking at your coppers, your oranges, your golds. Seems to be the best producers. So that's what we got from you from the TRS fishing report. If you guys head out this weekend, have fun, enjoy the weather, and if you catch any fish, make sure to let us know about it.